Okay, let's go.
Hey y'all, welcome back. It's Nisha. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to hop right into this social media content planner I designed with the rounded corners. We're going to talk about the O-wire settings that I chose that made this binding come out looking amazing. In this planner, we are planning for two businesses, of course, Privy Stylez, but also another business that I recently started, and it is called Crafty Planning Hustler. The reason that the plans for that business will reside here is because some of its products Privy Stylez will produce. And also a part of Crafty Planning Hustler, okay, well, hello, it have crafting components, as you can tell by the name. So let's go ahead and get into what you would need to put all of this together. Of course, your corner rounder. This is optional, but I am using the one by We Are Memory Keepers. You will need your pages, and yes, your spine. I'm going to try and repurpose this. Like, okay, you see how this look? Yes, it's, okay, whatever. You're going to need your backing. I am using chipboard. And then also to protect your page, you will need some type of protecting cover. I am using these clear sheets here by the Fellows brand just to bring all this together, right? And without putting all this together, what else would we use? So the star of the show will be the cinch. I'm using the Heidi Swap version, but of course you can use whatever binding mechanism that you have. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get into these punches. The first punch, of course, will be rounding the corners. Yes, these corners already come rounded, but for me, I'm going to use the 1/2 inch side because whenever I design anything for my business, I do like the larger rounded corners. Again, just a preference in what I like to do. Then once I go ahead and do the film first, I'm going to move into rounding the pages. Now I am going to pick up just a few at a time. Give it a nice little tap to make sure everything is all in line because, yeah, we don't need no crooked pages. We don't need no inconsistencies. We all about consistentness over here, all right? So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep it moving. See how they come out? Ooh, yes. Keep it going. So, again, we're going to pick up a couple more pages. Again, giving it some taps because, like I said, we want everything to just, fall in line, flow all together. Looking all good. All right, so we're going to keep that momentum going throughout the pages. But, like I told you, at the beginning, I said that I have been gone for a while. And, y'all, when I tell you health for me has just been healthing. I mean, some issues had took place before I had my last child in 2022. And then I had a very risky high pregnancy to where the doctors didn't know if me or my baby would make it. So because of that, I took several seats and had to take, some steps away. That's why I have been gone ever since my last video, which had shown that we had relocated back to Georgia because my health, it took precedent. And if I wasn't being a great me, I couldn't be great to you all. All right, so pause that. Those papers did not just come out of nowhere. My son picked them up off the printer and sat them there. So, yeah, we don't have ghosts or anything like that. But I just wanted to kind of point that out because those pages did just come out of nowhere right there over to the right. So, yeah, like I said, health just kind of took over. And for me, I couldn't do it. There were days I couldn't get out the bed. I do have 4 health conditions that 3 of them, I do have to get surgery to correct the issue. One of them would never go away and have the opportunity or the possibility for, fatality. But we're not going to speak that into existence. No, we're not. But that's why. Recently, I felt like, okay, I feel like I'm coming back to myself a little bit. So, going into a new year, I need to get to a better new me. And how else can I do that without showing up for you all? So, yeah. So, we're back. Now, back to the regular scheduled program. So, as you can see, I am rounding my corners for my backing. And then the pages off to the side, I mean, that's, pretty much self-explanatory. I don't feel like I need to do that on camera, but you get the gist on what we're doing here, right? Okay, so yeah. Well, no, we can go ahead and finish them. I did decide to take that part out, but I'm like, why not? That's just going to give me more editing, and I don't want to do that. Nope. Pineapples, I don't want it. Don't want it. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get into punching the pages. So you definitely want to make sure that everything is still in the correct order. So this next step is definitely the section I want you to pay the most attention to, which is why I got all the chitty out the way in the beginning. So for any of you that is new to using the cinch, some of the machines come with this chart at the bottom, some do not. Okay, so definitely make this chart your best friend and utilize it as much as you possibly can to get the accurate results that you need. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to punch my cover. Now, if you choose to punch your cover as well as with the pages, that's fine. You can definitely do that, especially if your cover is the same material as your pages. But because this is film, I want to make sure I'm doing this separately. Okay, I am going to press down twice to make sure it punch all the way through the film. Okay, I like to look at it, inspect it, make sure it come out looking good. Let me grab this so you can see a little bit better. You see that? It looks good. Nothing is jagged. Nothing is hanging behind. Yep. Okay. Yep, I like to look at it. All right, so, nope. Hold on, had some dust. So pull your ruler lever all the way out. Sometimes it do not go all the way out. It will mess up your punch. Make sure it is all the way out. So once you do that, there will be a peg on the side. The peg on the side, which I will show you. So the peg on the side, you will use that to put in the second hole from your last punch. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me bring this a little bit closer so you can see. Okay, you see that? That's what you're going to use. You're going to push it down in that second hole from your last punch. Okay, and I'm going to show you on the film. So if you can see right there, okay, not the last hole, but the second to the last hole. Then with the pegs, you're going to pull out peg number 10. Okay, so once you pull out peg number 10, then you would know there will not be any extra holes in your document. And again, it tells you right at the bottom. Okay, see, you're going to pull out number 10. Definitely no extra holes. If you forget to pull out that peg, oh my God, you might as well have a cow. I mean, because you're going to have to start all the way over. I mean, run it back, turbo. All right, so give it a nice press twice, like I said, to make sure everything come out nice and crisp. And then what? Inspect it. Yep. All right, if you are finding this content helpful, definitely make sure that you do what? Subscribe. I would love to have you aboard, be a part of my fam. Yes. Also pop the notification bell while you're at it to make sure that you are notified every time I upload new content. And you know that it's free. And if you didn't, I just told you. Because, I mean, I like free stuff. I'm sure you do. So, yeah. All right. So, again, we're going to go ahead and get everything nice and tight. Because I said a couple taps is what we need to keep everything in line. All right. Make sure everything is lined up. We're going to give it a punch. How many times? Twice. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just saying. you you got to have a little fun while you work. What's the good in crafting? And it's boring. I mean, yeah. I mean, all you're going to do is fall asleep and not want to do it. So, and like I said, no extra holes, right? So that lever is all the way out. That punch is pulled out. So I can't complain because look, you get results like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. And like I said, I'm just picking up a couple pages at a time because what you don't want to do is jam the machine. Then you're really going to have a mess. So just pick up a few at a time. Also, depending on the machine version that you get, the side of your ruler lever, it may have a max line that will tell you the amount of pages you can punch. Now, if I'm going off memory, I want to say that you are able to punch 20 sheets of 20-pound copy paper. If I'm going off the top of my head. So, be mindful of that as well when it comes to the weight of the paper that you are using and not punching too much at a time. Okay? So, yeah, we're going to keep doing this. I'm going to go ahead and speed everything up because at this point, I'm sure you know how to punch. Yeah, knock them out. Knock them out. So, yeah, we are almost through it. The back is the same. I do like to do that one by itself because of the thickness already. And then these last pages will be the same. So these are just the first pages inside of the Crafty Planning Hustler section. So we can go ahead and get right past that. All right, so turning this baby to the side. So now we're at the part where it's time to assemble the pages. Now, if you remember, I told you we are going to try, and I do say this again, we're going to try and repurpose this wire that we took off from the previous planner. Now, when I tell you, this wire was giving me all sorts of problems. It would not stay hooked. It's like wobbly. I don't know if it wanted to do the wobble dance. I don't know what type of plans it had, but it was not in my future. So, okay, out with the wind. In with the new. All right, so we're using this. These are the wires I do like to use whenever I don't buy them in bulk or just a combination of both. Because some of my bulk wires do not come with these colors, I kind of dance between the two, depending on, which one tickles my fancy or, whatnot. All right, so I'm just lining them up just to see how many I need. Generally 11 holes, somewhere around there, depending on the size of your project. Now, you can do one or two things. You can feed all of the pages on together like I'm going to do, or you can just do it by hand. I'm going to choose to do it by hand. The way that you would put this together would be your pages first, then your cover. If you have any type of cover protector like I do, then your back page. All right, go ahead and grab your wire cutters because, of course, you're going to need that to snip off the additional wire. All right, so when we turn this to the side, we're going to go ahead and get everything cut so that we can get ready to cinch. All right, so looking at this a little closer, now that everything is in position with the excess wire, we're going to snip that right off right there in the middle. You see, right there in between those two wires. Okay, so you're going to position your wire cutter. Yep, not right there. You want to push it all the way where the snipper part is, like that. Not how I had it at first. And bing, yep, pop right on off. All right, so then now you are ready to cinch. Everything looks open. The teeps are open. It's ready for you to cinch on the back of the machine. As you saw, I am turning the dial to get everything on the correct setting. Once you make sure that your wire, the open part, is flush to the back of the machine and everything is straight, go ahead and push down on your lever. Just like so. Okay, don't worry about the remaining part. You're going to scoot that over just like that. Make sure everything is still lined up. Nothing kind of slid or moved on you. Okay, so it's looking good. Great, because we have to inspect it. But once you make sure nothing has moved on you, go ahead and push down your lever again. And this is what the cinching process is. Okay, just like that. And yeah, let's look closer. Now that we're up close and personal, look at how this came out. You see how great and amazing that look? Because it do. All right, it looks great. So the setting that I chose right here where the 5/8 is, I used the notch right next to that. You can do what you like, but I chose that right in between there. That's how I got my spine to look like that. And it came out great. So, okay, let's go ahead and look at this a little bit further. We're going to move the machine out the way because now we want to talk about the easeability of turning your pages. You see this cover and how it just kind of flow and move on its own? that's what you want, that's great. But look, when you open up your back cover, you have now hidden the spine of your wire. You do not want that on the outside. If so, it's wrong. But then also, when it comes to like, putting everything together, making sure everything is intact, and that look good. But even the pages, just turning the pages, right? And yeah, everything is now hidden behind that back cover. It looks great. And like I said, we are planning for both businesses in one planner. And y'all, I am ready to get started. 2025, let's do it. Let's go. All right. So I had fun putting this together. I hope you did as well. Hope you learned something. Anything else you want to see, make sure you comment down below. Any questions you have, leave them there as well. I love to see what you got going on. All right. So until next time, make sure you plan, you stay fun, and remember, be consistent. See you later.
Okay, let's go.